baby, I love all the drama that is going on between certificates, job experience, and degrees. Everybody is so petty. Let me tell you how it really is. Look at me. No, look at me. It doesn't matter, right? You are entry level to the IT space or cybersecurity. You're gonna have a bad time. Picture me, my cute little self, in a suit and tie, and I look at you and I look at your resume and I say, "Wow, this man has network plus, security plus. Wait, so does the 500 other applicants that I have. What makes him special?" Well, I don't feel like reading through his resume because it's just paragraphs on paragraphs. Next. I'm the next applicant. I had went to school for 4 years at WGU. I got my certificates and my college, but I have no work experience. Remember me in the cute little tie and suit? I look at your resume. Wow, you've done absolutely nothing. You have no projects. You went to college. Congratulations, but that doesn't affect me. Here I am, your third applicant. I'm in my 40s. In the early 2000s, certificates really didn't exist, but I have tons of work experience. I never finished my degree because I didn't need to. They loved me in the dot com. They loved me in Windows 2000. I was the best. But now I'm falling off. And certificates matter. Degrees matter. The whole trio matters. You must have experience. You must have college. You must have certificates and the will to live because you're going to apply to a lot of roles. Look, all seriousness, you need to work on all three. Like, you need to start applying to those entry level jobs, help desk, IT support, IT technician. It doesn't matter really where you're coming from. If you're finishing up college, you need to do the same thing. You need to get this job experience. You want to always be, what's the term for it? Well, I would say when I was in the army, we used to say be all you can be because that's what the jobs are really looking for, that perfect unicorn candidate. You need to have a degree. You need to be always pursuing the higher education. You need to have certificates. You need to be working your butt off while going to college to get certificates. And they want you to have experience. If you don't have experience, they're just flying right over you. Unless you know that person or that person feels some way about you, you're going to have a hard time. And that's why you see all these videos about the job marketing being absolutely terrible because you're applying to 200 roles and you want it to be personal and it's not working. A alternate or uncommon route that I went through, some people go through. If you're coming from a background that has a clearance, whether you're secret, top secret, whatever the case may be, or just coming from service or military, there's a lot of programs there that can help you that kind of push you above your peers. Also, having a clearance where the company doesn't have to spend money on you puts you again ahead of your peers. But that just also lowers the amount of applicants. Like, there's not 1,000 people applying to a secret role in your neighborhood. I definitely want to add like a disclaimer here. There are many people in the field that feel for entry level people like myself. So what I mean is they could be on your management or your recruiting team and they see that you are working hard, like you're going to school, that you're getting certificates done and you're doing some projects. They can see the growth and the potential within you and they want to interview. They're kind of interested to you, right? But for the majority of the people that you're applying to, they really don't care. They're just looking for the perfect candidate. And a lot of times the initial recruiter doesn't really understand the role. So you might be overlooked, but then that when you get to a technical interview, they're like, "Hey, like this guy is he's well, we'll get into that later, but you need soft skills and interview skills." And believe it or not, your soft skills can take you pretty far. They took me pretty far when I started talking to people, but I would get questions wrong in my interviews, and I'd be like, "Well, can you explain that to me a little bit more for the next time?" So here's my advice: the learning never stops. If you have an opportunity to go to school, go to school. If you have time to do certificates, you need to do certificates. I do think there's a baseline of certificates that you need to do. Like your Network Plus and Security Plus is very valuable for, and I think that something that's kind of slept on is you need to join communities. Join as many communities as you can. I have one. I'll put it in the link, but there's many other people that do the same thing that I'm doing. They talk about tech and they help other people. The communities were kind of like my saving grace. I would get so discouraged after a couple months of studying for a certificate that I would just go to these weekly meetings or talk to other people who are going through the same problems as I did. And it kind of kept me going. And so when I got the motivation again, I started attacking that next certificate or starting my college class or whatever the case may be. But the learning never ends. So don't think that like you're gonna get your Network Plus and Security Plus or beyond. And you're like, oh, I'm done. I got my job. I'm good. No, unfortunately, our life, the reason why we get paid so much money in the space is because we have to constantly always learn something new. And as you know, AI is flying through the industry. You can't sleep on that either. You have to learn it, learn how to use it as a tool to make you a better IT or cybersecurity professional. Hey, if you made it this far, I just want to say thank you. This is the first video I've made on YouTube. Most of my content has been on TikTok. I did a little bit of YouTube Shorts, but I appreciate you being here. This is my first video. And I think that the growth is going to be fun. So if you're enjoying this content, this style, this goofy but then serious, just give me a sub and we'll keep it going.